Hey everybody, welcome to DIY Music. Did you enjoy that cool video with Mr. John Santos playing maracas? Maracas are believed to be inventions of the native Indians, also known as Tainos in Puerto Rico. It was originally made from the fruit of the hiera tree, which is round in shape. The Tainos Indians also used to use the fruit from the tree to make bowls and cups to drink and eat. The pulp is taken out of the fruit, holes are made and filled with tiny pebbles or seeds, and then it's fitted with a handle to get what we call maracas. Can you say maracas? Maracas. Let's make some maracas. With Easter having just passed here, I thought that we could actually make some maracas out of some leftover Easter eggs if you happen to have some. I happen to have some extra Easter eggs that I always have for my kids. And I want to show you some of the materials that we can gather from our house, because remember, DIY music is all about finding things around your house that are simple that we can make instruments with. So I have some Easter eggs. Actually, I'm going to use a little pink one here. That's a really cool one. She looks cool. And this guy's got a really funny face. These are going to be my two Easter eggs. I've got two Easter eggs. And then we are going to use 2 spoons. And we actually need 4 spoons. We need 2 spoons for each egg. And if you don't have regular plastic spoons, these actually are called sporks. They look like forks at the top, but then it also looks like a spoon. These are called sporks. So these sporks are actually going to help us with our maracas. So these sporks usually you can find at any little restaurant. So if you have access to some leftover sporks, or you just happen to be browsing around and find them, tell your parents or your teacher to save them for you from the cafeteria from a restaurant, okay? So sporks. So anyway, I'm going to tear these open, or spoon, and we are going to make our maracas. So the first thing we need to do is we have to fill it. So I also have some black-eyed peas dried and some dried rice. You can also use beads. You can also use seeds, which was traditionally used in maracas made from the hiera tree. Remember hiera tree? All right, so I'm going to take one of my eggs here, and I'm going to use some dry black-eyed peas first, because I like the size of them, and the bigger the seed, the heavier the sound you'll get. So I'm going to just fill my egg. Here, and make sure you don't put too many in or it's going to be clunky. So I got just enough so it fills right inside. So then you're going to close your egg. And look, we already got it going right there. But we want to make sure that they don't fall out, because if we're really getting into it, they might spill everywhere. So I also have some transparency tape that I'm going to use here. I got a lot of tape. I'm going to use the one that's already open. And you just simply put your tape all the way around the edge of the crease where the egg opens, because you don't want it to spill out. You can also use glue so that you don't see the edges, but this is just a quick demonstration to show you how you can be creative with things already around the house. So look, we already got the first one. So if you remember from the video, usually maracas are played with one in each hand, so we need to make another one. I'm going to fill my other one with dry black-eyed peas as well, because I want to have kind of the same sound in both hands so that I can create rhythms that balance each other out. And then there's that one. Okay, so we just filled both of our eggs with black-eyed peas, dried black-eyed peas. Not the whole thing all the way on the top and bottom, because they need some room to jump up and down each side. And then we added tape all the way around the seam so nothing falls out. And remember, you can also use glue if you want, rubber cement. Again, you can even get creative with whatever you use to seal your instruments with, because these are your special instruments. Okay, so I'm going to start with one of them. And now we need to put our handles on it. So take your spork. You're going to take one of them and you're going to put your egg upside down. Okay? And you're going to take your spork and just basically put it at the top right. And with this guy, I don't want to cover up his mouth because it's kind of fun. So I'm just going to take that spork there. And I'm going to go ahead and get a few pieces of tape already torn so that when I'm holding it, I'll have a free hand to be able to assemble it. Okay, so just do maybe 3. You can always secure it and then come back to it. So I've got the side of this guy's face there. I'm going to take my loose piece of tape that I just tore, and I'm going to just tape it at the top, right there on top of the teeth of the spork. Okay, I already got that in place, so that gives me a free hand to go ahead and use the other one. Put that there, and you make sure that they meet at the bottom, okay? All right, so I'm going to take my other piece of free tape. Tape is sticky, so you have to make sure that you don't just toss it anywhere. It might do weird stuff and you can't even get it off the surface. Okay, so there's my other spork. I'm going to turn around so you can see the laughing face. So I don't want to tape over it. All right, and just put your tape on top of the teeth. Another reason it's a good idea to put the tape on top of the teeth of your spork is so that you don't hurt yourself, because this could be a little sharp on the edges of these teeth. Okay, so it's good to go ahead and just put the tape right on top, and I would even follow up and just add even some more on top of that. What are some other things that you can put on top of your shaker when you're using tape like this? You can put fabric on it. You can wrap it in fabric. What are some other things? Be creative. Come up with some of your own ideas of ways you can cover up your egg, or not cover it up, but just basically decorate it so that it looks really fun. All right, cool. So we've got somewhat of a handle there, but look, that looks a little weird, doesn't it? So let's put these together, and I'm going to take some more tape, and I'm going to take the 2 ends of my maraca handle, because I don't know about you, but this doesn't look like sporks anymore. It's starting to look like a maraca to me. So I'm going to take the 2 ends, and I'm going to take my tape and just wrap my tape around the bottom so that the handles stay together. And then I'm going to keep wrapping the tape until it's all the way around. And you know what? You can use more tape if you have it. There's no rules to making sure it works. So I'm going to go a little higher and add some more tape on the handle right next to the other piece I just started. I'm going to take another piece and secure that. Awesome! Look, we got a maraca. Well, let's do the other one. If you have your materials, why don't you go ahead and help me out on the next one. So we've got my egg, I've got pink face, pink lady, and I'm going to turn her upside down because I want to make sure that the large portion of the egg is at the top so that the spork has a nice little surface to attach to, okay? So put the big side up, and I'm going to go ahead and tear a few pieces of tape in advance so that I can just grab it when I need it, and I'm not going to be wrestling with this tape holder and my maraca all at the same time. All right, that's a good start, 3 pieces. Okay, so I'm going to take my pink lady face, I'm going to take my spork, put that there. I'm going to grab my tape tape is sticky, so you have to be careful. Okay, and I'm gonna put it on top of the teeth of the spork. Now remember, you don't have to just use a spork. This is just what I happen to have around the house. Because DIY music is about using what you have available, or that's easy or simple to get. You could use a regular spoon if you want to use a regular spoon. Okay, so I am going to put the other side on. And I'm going to grab my extra piece of tape, and I'm going to tape the teeth down on that side, making sure I don't have any sharp edges. All right, and I want to add some more tape on the top of both because I don't want my handles to separate. And it's not going to make my maraca music experience fun because I'm going to be so worried about it falling apart. Okay, I'm going to add more tape on the top there. I like using transparency tape because you can still see the color through whatever you put it on. All right, and now what do we do next? Right, we're going to put these two handles together. We're going to still use tape. Now you can be creative. You don't have to just use tape for the handles either. You could use color string at the bottom if you have some shoestrings from some old shoes that you want to wrap all the way around the base. We'll keep it going. We'll see what we can come up with. All right. Now I'm going to take my tape here for the two ends at the bottom, and I'm going to turn it upside down so that I see where the two bottom ends meet. And secure those together. All right. And let's add some more. Awesome! This is my favorite part when we get to what? Play! Yay! All right. Now we have maracas. DIY music. DIY music.